What's going on, everybody? I am the goods on YouTube. TG so good everywhere else. Today's video, this is not an instructional tutorial or anything like that. Today, I just want to speak and talk about fictional cyberfaces. It seems to be the wave and the way that everyone is going fairly recently with I'll say within the past few months, especially ever since College Hoops 2K mod on PC for NBA 2K23 by Rob Davis dropped. Okay, I know I just said a mouthful there, but I'm looking at fictional. I think these are fictional. I think this is a fictional cyberface by Yo J. I'm starting to see that people are discovering new ways to, I don't want to say new ways, but they're becoming more familiar with how to set up their cyberfaces, create them, and make them look more realistic. And this right here, I think, is a pretty good face. I think this was made in the Cyberface Mixer, and the reason I say that, because I can see right here at the nose, the nostrils look a little bit like they don't look symmetrical, but that is fine because overall the face looks great overall. So I think this was done in the Cyberface Mixer, but the body of the player looks great. The stance looks great. I believe he's using Mahmoud's remastered presentation for NBA 2K23. That's why this edit player screen looks a little bit different. That's what that is. And then this mod right here is by Louis. It gives us on PC the same kind of access the next gen game has, where we can just cycle through players while still in this screen. But then he has this EYBL Lightning jersey. Looks great. It looks great. I don't know who created it. Maybe he created it. I'm not sure, but it looks great. Overall, that looks great. Also, the shoes, like the whole setup. This looks like something you would see a young youth player wear today if you went out to the EYBL. And the hair, it looks realistic. It looks good. But then he switches it up. And this is what I'm talking about, where people are becoming better at creating these faces, or at least mixing these faces. He switches it up and shows you an alternate hairstyle. This is fire. Actually, is this the same player? Is it the same player? It may not be the same player. Maybe this is a different player because he has a different number here. Also, he has different shoes and different accessories. So maybe it's intended to be a different player, but it looks good nonetheless. Yeah. It is intended to be a different player. So forgive me for that. But overall, people are creating better and better mixed cyberface creations. The people who have learned how to make cyberfaces from scratch from various tutorials online, especially on YouTube, they are becoming better. Like, look at this one here. Now, I don't know if you use the Cyberface Mixer, but this looks like a custom texture. Maybe it's not, but it looks like it is. And it looks great. It looks so realistic. So I don't want to hear you guys, oh, the body model. The body model is great because younger players tend to be skinnier, or they tend to be like less muscular. The NBA players, they tend to have more muscle tone because they're like the epitome of basketball players all around the world. But when you're still like in high school, you'll see, players with very thin calves and very thin thighs, and just muscles overall have not yet developed, but they look very toned. Looks great, man. Looks great. Love the hair, love the texture there. This one is fire too. I don't know if it's the expression on the face or what, but it looks great. So I'm just seeing these creations and they're looking better and better. And this is the type of stuff that people make that get me like hype and make me want to create more fictionals. I don't know if you guys know, and I'm not, well, I am tooting my own horn a little bit, but like I think I first made a video on YouTube about fictional cyberfaces back in 2K20. I think so. In 2019 is when I first made a video, I believe, about fictional cyberfaces and how to do it. But the process has come so far. Let me see. I'm going to pull up Samuel's website real quick because currently the person that Samuel is the current person that has a tool for Cyberface mixing in 2K23. So this is the current Cyberface mixer that is available for everyone, but you do have to pay for it. It is $5. Now, prior to this, the last 2 years, there was, I believe it was Jeeks 313 from NLSC who had a Cyberface mixer. I'm trying to remember how it worked. To my knowledge, I believe you used Google Sheets, and then you would save something from Google Sheet. I can't remember exactly how it worked, but I remember I was just using it last year. And that version of the Cyberface mixer was free. So if you have NBA 2K21 or NBA 2K22 on PC, you might want to search up JEEKS313. I believe that is the creator. I hope I'm getting it right, and if I'm not, put it in the comments. But search that one. It's a free Cyberface mixer. But for 2K23, unfortunately, like some things with the 3D models and faces, like the models changed a bit, so we weren't able to use that. But I do want to give the creator of those 21 and 22 Cyberface mixers his credit, but also give Samuel his credit, because Samuel's mixer, like before we had the mixers at all, it was just, I don't know, it was myself and like a handful of other people that would create fictionals, but mostly everybody else wouldn't. I think I have a video where there's like 700. Let me do this. I hate when stuff that I don't want to see comes up on my thing. So let me go here. I'll look up NBA 2K fictional Cyberface. All right, let's see what pops up here. All right, so like you can see this very first one up here, that was me in 2K22. It was a free fictional Cyberface that I made and released. This is me showing, this was my first time. I think this was my first time like going through and trying to figure out the Cyberface mixer by Samuel in 2K23. But again, this is one I made in 22. This is Shua Jota in 22, but I have stuff going back. Let's see how far we can go back. See, this is one from 2K20. I was making fictionals in 2K20, as you can see. Yeah, I was making fictional faces in 2K20 all the way back then before we had mixers. And if I go to that video, I made a ton. Yeah, I made a whole roster where I had a ton. Let's see. I don't want this. So like I mixed somebody with Steve Nash and other players. Like I wasn't very good, but it took a lot longer back then to make these. But anyway, I want to know you guys' thoughts on how to create some good mixes. What are some tips you guys have? Like this one here, this is great. This is clearly a custom texture for the face, but the way he incorporated the hair to fit the face, I think he's going into Blender also. He's got to be, because there's no way he's just putting these into the mixer and coming out with stuff that looks this great. Like the body, the stance, I love that he adds accessories and stuff like that. So like this one here, like this one is okay, but it's like what I want to know is, what are your tips? Like, what could this creator have done to take this face to the next level? And sometimes it gets very detailed, because I know you can do stuff like normal maps, mess with the normal maps. Like this one right here by Dapper Bird. The player actually looks young. That's another thing. Like you want your player to look like he's within a certain age range sometimes. Like this player looks young, but then look, he has a sleeve tattoo, and you see that in real life sometimes. So I want to know you guys' thoughts. Like what are some tips you might have? Or also I want to know things like, who are some players who have some looks that you would like to see replicated? And not look exactly like the real life player. Like who are some young players that you would like their look replicated? Like for a while there was, like, we have Mikey Williams in game now, and if you're on PC, you can just straight up play with Mikey Williams. I believe he was in my team before. I believe. I don't, maybe not. I don't play my team, so I could be wrong there. But like before there was no Mikey Williams, so like in years prior, people would want to create somebody that kind of looked like Mikey Williams on PC. But now we have Mikey Williams. So who are some other players? I remember before LaMelo got into the NBA, people wanted to make their players look like similar to LaMelo. Not exactly, but like a LaMelo type style. So who are some other players that whose style or look you want to replicate, or hairstyle or body composition? Like, oh, he has a slender build or something like that. Let's see. Let's go back to this video. Like, this is still my mix and match method of creating fictional cyberfaces back in 2K20. So I was just throwing stuff together, man. Sometimes it looked great. Sometimes it didn't. You know, you never knew what you were going to get. But let's see. What other fictionals did we have? Like, here's another fictional. I think this fictional right here was very good. Like, I think in this video, let me see. In this video, this particular video, I had a bunch of fictionals at the beginning. Because I was just doing open runs on Blacktop Plus with nothing but fictional players. So like every player that was on the court just had a fictional cyberface that I created. But man, it's just like that one there. That's the one from the other video. I had them on the same team. It's just something different. You can't create these through the in-game creative player. It just adds a layer of fun, not fun, but authenticity, because you get authentic looking players. But anyway, I want to know you guys' thoughts on fictional faces, how we can improve them, different hairstyles, because we don't have to wait for 2K to add hairstyles to the game for us to be able to do this, especially when we're on PC. And this is not a jab at 2K. So 2K, if anybody from 2K is watching this, you know, you guys keep improving, keep doing what you're doing. Without the base game, we wouldn't be able to do any of this. So thank you guys for releasing on PC. And we're hoping we get next gen so we can take this stuff to the next level. But anyway, that's all I got for this video. That's all I wanted to talk about. And you guys let me know your thoughts.